We looked at one another. Two sisters, impossibly alike, just that one is a little deformed in body and very much deformed in soul. I could read her thoughts just as if they were mine. Yulia had had more than her fair share of problems with me. I certainly wasn't an easy sister to get along with. When I recall everything that she had to do for me, more than once she had to come and track me down in those awful old apartment blocks on Rosa Luxemburg Street in Minsk. When she did find me, I would always be out to the world. She had to pay doctors to cure me of alcohol addiction. At one time, we didn't speak for a whole year. She's had to pay bribes to get me out of trouble. And there was that time I was suspected of involvement in a murder. Now it's all starting up again. And what's worse is that we're in a mess we don't understand. Who put cardiostim in the coffee and why? Why and who? Right. And Yulia paused for a second. Okay. What have you got yourself into this time? I shook my head. No, it's got absolutely nothing to do with me. I can't even imagine. But I can, my sister cut in angrily and began pacing round the tiny room. I can. You're up to your old tricks again, aren't you? She sat down and wiped her forehead. How much longer do you think this can go on for, Alla? We had an agreement, didn't we? You're soon going to be 50. I kept quiet, trying to hold back the tears that unexpectedly began to flow, just as they always did. Yulia took hold of herself. I'm sorry, Alla. She sat down and hugged my shoulders. I wiped my eyes. It's you who should forgive me. Where is your cardiostim? Yulia asked. Where it should be. I have problems with my heart, and I have to take this drug regularly, but no more than half a tablet a day. I had checked my stock of tablets. No one had touched them. So, okay then. What do we have so far? A powerful heart drug, deliberately mixed in with the coffee. We can assume that the intention was to poison someone. As far as I know, a large dose of this stuff will be enough to kill a healthy man, let alone someone who's not well, like you, for example, or you, I retorted. Yulia thought for a second and nodded. Yes, or me. It would be enough to exceed the dose just by a little bit to cause a dangerous heart attack. If Zosia had drunk any, it would probably not have affected her. She's young, and thank God there's nothing wrong with her heart. Granny's heart was worn out, but then again, she never drank coffee. At least, I can't remember her ever drinking it. You were absolutely right when you said it was pure chance she drank some of that mug of coffee. That means we can say with certainty that the cardiostim forte was not intended for her. For you, perhaps? I don't know, but I have seen death just over the frontier at night. Alla, dear, I noticed an already open bottle of whiskey behind the fridge on the veranda. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw little imps in the gaps between the cupboards. I had been caught red-handed, so said nothing. It suddenly became very quiet in the house. Then Yulia spoke. Granny didn't die her own death. She died someone else's.